I spent 5 months in Thailand and then 3 months in the Philippines. 8 months in total staying in these two absolutely amazing countries. And if you're planning your first trip to Southeast Asia, you could be choosing wrong. Everyone goes to Thailand. The food, the temples, the beaches, the parties, the bars, and yeah, Thailand is incredible. But after exploring every corner of both countries, north, south, islands, cities, hidden villages, I realized something that I think might make a lot of Thailand lovers feel really uncomfortable. In this video, I'm breaking down the ultimate Southeast Asia showdown: Thailand versus the Philippines. The polished versus the raw, and the easy versus the authentic. And by the end, you'll know exactly which one deserves your time and your money, and which one will give you the actual experience that you're chasing, because they're very different. And spoiler alert, the easier choice isn't always the right choice. So let's get into it. All right, a little bit of context, because it isn't some weekend trip comparison where I spent 3 days in Bangkok and 2 days in Manila and said, hey, I've done some research, mate. 5 months in Thailand. I truly left no stone unturned. Bangkok for 2 months, and then I traveled during Chiang Mai, the northern mountains, every major island in the south, the east coast, the west coast, the rural villages. I rode motorbikes through places that just don't show up on any map, never mind Google Maps, and we got lost lots. 3 months in the Philippines, and I'd done the main islands, so Siargao, Coron, Nido, Bohol, Cebu, Moalboal, Palawan, and little tiny islands that you reach by random boat trips that, well, the boats show up sometimes and sometimes they don't. 8 months, that's not tourism, I think that's traveling. And here's what I've learned. These two countries are fighting for the same type of traveler, but they're offering completely different experiences. Most people choose whatever's easier and not what's best for them. That's what I found. So yeah, I have really strong opinions and I'm gonna back them up. So let's go round by round together. First up is the vibe, because this is what's gonna hit you the moment you arrive, and it's never gonna leave, because that's part of the adventure. Thailand feels established, it's polished. They've been doing tourism for decades and it shows. Everyone knows the script. The tuk-tuk drivers, the hostel owners, the restaurant staff. It's smooth, it's professional, and honestly, it's kind of comforting, especially when you first arrive in Southeast Asia. I almost felt like I was home, but not in my home. Thai people are incredibly warm, incredibly welcoming, but there is like a slight distance there, a professionalism. You're a guest, a valued guest, but still a guest. They smile, they help, but there's like a small boundary in the cities and most tourist spots, in fact, to be honest. The Philippines is completely different energy. The Filipinos just want to be part of your experience. They want to join in. We were in Moalboal and staying in this random guest house off the beaten path. I don't even know where we were, and locals kept coming up to us and saying, oh, we've never seen foreigners in this area before, it's mostly Filipinos. Kids wanted to check out the cameras, families invited us to join them at the beach, every day by the way. And we got invited to an Easter dinner by a random family on a beach in Bohol. Just invited, no agenda, just come sit with us, eat, we want to talk to you. This happened so many times. People offering food, boat trips, beaches, just wanting to chat and ask questions about where we were from, what we were doing, why we were here. And the cameras, oh my God, the Filipinos love the cameras. We were filming these water slides in Moalboal, and suddenly there was about 20 kids swarming around us wanting to be in a video. They're doing tricks, performing for the camera, flips off the top. It's this infectious energy where they just want to be part of your story. Now, does this mean Thailand isn't friendly? Absolutely not. But the Philippines has this like raw, unfiltered enthusiasm that makes you feel like, well, less like a tourist and more like a temporary neighbor. Here's the thing, we did get some pointing and a little bit of whispering, and that's in both countries. A little bit more happened in the Philippines, especially when we were like off the beaten track or in a market that was weird. It's not hostile, you just stand out. And in the Philippines, that attention is constant, not in a bad way. In terms of pure, authentic warmth, the Philippines would take this round purely because you're not visiting, you're connecting, and that's everywhere. Whereas that, you have to go hunting for that a little bit in Thailand. Beaches, this is where both countries absolutely bring it, but in vastly different ways, so let's talk about it. Thailand's beaches are world famous for a reason. Railly, Koh Phi Phi, Koh Lanta, Koh Tao, millions others by the way. They are stunning, even Phuket's. The water's incredible, the infrastructure is solid, and if you want a perfect beach day with a cocktail and a sunset, Thailand delivers this every single time without fail. But here's what I noticed. Most of Thailand's famous beaches, they are developed. They're almost resorts. They're beach bars with lots of other travelers, and you're not discovering anything. You're almost visiting a beautiful, very popular postcard. Now the Philippines though, the beaches in the Philippines are on another level of raw beauty. We did this boat trip off Coron and our guide was absolutely incredible. He took us to places that weren't on our itinerary, just things that he knew and loved. We spent an hour at this reef with our group of just 7 people following sea turtles. There was no one else there. Then he took us to these sandbank islands, like just sand in the sea, and they were literally paradise, just sand, crystal clear water, and nobody else. Nobody, just us 7 and the guide. We pull up to an island as well because we wanted to get out the sun, and there was drinks waiting for us, just this perfect little setup, a hut. And it felt like I'd discovered something secret, even though obviously other people have been there beforehand. There was this massive beach as well in Moalboal where we spent an entire day with these Filipino families pulling around in inflatables. There was not a single Westerner on there. We got free coconut as well. And just us locals and this absolutely breathtaking stretch of sand. And it was the same thing I mentioned before on Easter on another beach in Bohol. I can't even remember the name of the beach now, but it was perfect. I'll put it in the comments. The difference in this is in Thailand, the best beaches are completely crowded. In the Philippines, if you're willing to take a slightly longer boat ride or go for a walk, go off the main route, you can have paradise all to yourself. Get them Instagram shots and girls. Nature overall, it's got to be a draw. Thailand is Koh Sok, which is a national park, and it's one of the most incredible jungles I've ever seen in my entire life. We saw wild elephants there, not in a sanctuary, actually wild, just wandering around. And that was a massive bucket list moment for Jessica. Then we went back at night to see all the bugs, snakes and reptiles, and it was like stepping into another world. We have our own reptiles at home when we were home, so it was nice. The Philippines has those dramatic limestone cliffs in El Nido and Coron that just look like something out of King Kong the movie. Both countries have nature everywhere you look, even in the cities. Breathtaking cliffs, jungles, beaches. You really won't lose at either. But for beaches specifically, the Philippines will edge this one out because untouched, in my book, will always beat developed when you're looking for that true escape from reality. All right, money. Let's talk numbers. Day-to-day living in the Philippines is considerably cheaper, and I mean noticeably cheaper. You can eat incredible local food for 2 or 3 quid. A guest house on a beautiful island might run you to maybe 15 or 20, maybe $25 a night. But daily life feels affordable in a nice way that lets you relax without any stress about, every purchase. Thailand in the main tourist areas is way more expensive. A decent meal in a decent spot in Bangkok or Chiang Mai is going to run you around $10. And accommodation in a popular spot like Chiang Mai is $30 to $50 a night minimum if you want something decent, 3-star and above. Now that's obviously still affordable compared to the West, but it's a lot more pricey when you compare it to the Philippines. However, and this is a massive however, it will depend if you're traveling or on holiday, but if you leave the main cities in Thailand and you go rural, the costs drop significantly and you can find Thailand prices that match or even beat the Philippines in some of the tourist areas. Here's where the Philippines absolutely destroys your budget though, and it's in ways you don't expect, and I hate it. It's the fees. Oh my God, the fees. I call it the Feelopines now because every single thing has a fee attached to it. Environmental fee to enter a beach, parking fee, fee to use the road. You want to use that boat trip? Okay, sound, that's a fee. And you want some snorkels on the boat trip? Another fee. And flippers? Another fee. Now, that's fine, but do you want to use the clear boat or a kayak? Because there's more fees. Every single thing. It's not just money, man, honestly. It's the frequency. Every stop, there's another fee. Every viewpoint, another payment. And obviously it's cash everywhere. It adds up mentally just as much as it does financially. you start to feel like you're being mugged off at every turn, and it does get, well, it got to me a little bit exhausting. Thailand's only real cost trap that I ever seen is tuk-tuks. They'll try and take you to their stores, and look, you basically can't leave until you buy something, a t-shirt or a bag or some garbage. It's very annoying, but it's predictable, and once you know the game, you ask the right questions and don't get in the tuk-tuks. The Philippines fees though are completely unavoidable. If you want to see beautiful stuff, you are paying multiple times. So here's the breakdown. If you are staying in one spot in the Philippines, one island or maybe two, it's much cheaper day to day. If you're going to move around, island hop, do all the activities, then those fees will add up fast, and suddenly Thailand doesn't seem so expensive anymore, even in the tourist areas. So round 3, I'm going to call it a draw. Thailand is predictably more expensive, but no surprises. And the Philippines is cheaper day to day, but death by 1,000 fees. So pick your own poison. And if you think I'm wrong, argue in the comments. Food, let's be real here. I don't care what anyone says, Thailand wins. And it's not even close for me. But look, I'll tell you why. The food is well famous for a reason. Pad Thai, massaman, curries, tom yum, mango sticky rice. Every single dish is this perfect balance of sweet, sour, spicy and savoury. I'm obsessed. I even went hunting for it in every other country I go to. The traditional Thai dishes have this like sweetness to them that I love, sweet tooth. And the variety, you can eat Thai food every day for months, years, and you'll never get bored. And the street food is a culture in Thailand. This culture is unmatched. Bangkok alone could keep you fed with incredible food for years. I kept leaving my hotel and running downstairs for food. It's everywhere, literally every corner, every market, every small town. Food is a huge part of the culture. They love it. It's a social thing. You'll see it everywhere. In the Philippines, look, Filipino food is really good. There's this stew that I had with like a rice, vegetables and stuff. It was lovely, like home food, comfort food, really hearty. But the thing is, Filipino food would probably win if I ate seafood. But because there's incredible things they do with like fish and shellfish, I don't eat seafood. So for me, them options are a bit more limited. So I'm stuck with what I just mentioned a minute ago. But honestly, food in the Philippines, it doesn't have that same global reputation. So that's where I'm coming from. It's not bad by any means, it's just not Thailand. Thailand takes this round easily for me. If food's a priority for you, Thailand's gonna spoil you. Infrastructure. Now this is where there's a difference between two countries that become really, really obvious in this world. Thailand's infrastructure is, well, second to none really. Even in the rural areas, even in the middle of nowhere, there are still roads. There is still signage, so you can see where you're going, things that make sense. I rode a bike all over Thailand, and even in the most remote spots, I could navigate. The buses run on time, the ferries almost always show up, it's organised. Bangkok is one of the best cities I've ever been to. It's my 3rd favourite city in the world after Tokyo and Da Nang. The public transport, the food scene, the mix of old and new, the energy, the activities to do, Bangkok's world class. The malls are insane, and if you need a solid base, Thailand gives you, well, the most options. Chiang Mai is clean and organised. All the islands even have proper infrastructure just for tourists, I think. The Philippines, sometimes there just aren't roads. Or maybe there is a road and then suddenly there isn't. No infrastructure, no signs. Just figure it out as you go. And there's no maps either. Even on a motorbike, which gives you like way more freedom than a bus, the Philippines test your patience. And public transport is carnage. Nothing is on time. Sometimes things just never show up. Ferries get delayed or cancelled with absolutely no warning. It's unpredictable in a way that can be, well, I think frustrating, especially when you're trying to get somewhere. And us Westerners, we want to do it fast, right? Cebu was amazing though. The malls in Cebu are incredible. They could almost match Bangkok. It's a solid city, but as a base, I think Bangkok does beat Cebu. There's so much more to do. And traffic-wise, neither really bothered me. Bangkok's traffic is insane, but it's organised, and you can just get the train everywhere in Bangkok. The Philippines doesn't really have any traffic rules, or if they do, no one follows them. Everyone just ignores them. But again, on a motorbike, I feel you just adapt, get on with it. Language though, both countries are brilliant. English is everywhere, pretty much, in the Philippines. Most Filipinos speak English. which of course, if everyone speaks English, it makes things easier. I know that's really pompous. Thailand's tourist areas also have great English, so communication is super smooth in both. But here's where I need to get honest really, and this is super important. Manila is the worst city I've ever been to, and I'm not exaggerating. Jessica felt unsafe from the second we got there to the entire time we were there. We saw people literally shitting on the streets in Manila about an hour after I got there. We saw this in Coron as well, but in Manila, it's just in the middle of the busy junctions. And here's where it drove it home. So we were staying on our second place near the airport before our flight out, a couple of days in. A delivery driver came to drop something off, and when we tried to leave the complex, you know, to go and get the stuff, we were gonna have a little walk and eat our food. He physically stopped us and was like, no. It's not safe at night. You stay inside, do not come outside, stay safe. Now, a local warning us not to leave our massively gated community. That just tells me everything I need to know about Manila. If you're going to the Philippines, fly into Cebu, skip Manila entirely, do a couple days of shopping there. I don't think it's worth your time, and it's definitely not worth the stress or safety concerns. For foreigners, for me, it's just a mall and one UNESCO heritage site. Now, Thailand doesn't have this problem anyway. Even the rougher areas of Bangkok feel, well, perfectly safe to me anyway. You're aware, but you're not on edge. It's just like any other big city. Be aware. So round 5, I'd have to go to Thailand. The infrastructure, the ease of travel, the safety, it's just better. The Philippines rewards you with incredible experiences, but you will have to earn them, probably through a bit of chaos. Thailand makes this super easy. Activities and variety. This is where Thailand's decades of tourism experience really show. Thailand has way more variety. If you want to surf, they've got it. You want to do some diving, world class. Hiking, temples, cooking classes, yoga retreats, Muay Thai training, elephant sanctuaries, night markets. Thailand has built an entire tourism ecosystem around every possible interest. You can fill months in Thailand and never run out of things to do. The density of the activities is truly insane. The Philippines is much more focused. It is mostly about the beaches, the boat trips, the island hopping and the natural beauty. And don't get me wrong, those boat trips are incredible. I talk about them every day. Easily the best activity in the Philippines. But if you want a bit of variety beyond that, then Thailand is absolutely gonna win. But here's the catch, and this is a controversial take, so tag me in the comments. Thailand's most popular spots have been loved to death. Chiang Mai and Pai, so-called digital nomad cities, have been absolutely ruined. Krabi is another example for me. I felt like I couldn't walk anywhere without seeing foreigners just acting like fucking dickheads. And the constant smell of cannabis. Weed is literally everywhere, and it's like a holiday heaven. But that's not Thailand to me. There's so much outside influence, so many expats, and so many Western coffee shops and co-working spaces that it's hard to find the authentic Thai feeling. Pai, especially for me, it was just mostly foreigners walking around Pai. You will forget that you're in Thailand. It feels like a weird international bubble where everyone's speaking English or Western languages, and the local culture is just buried under the Western influence. I had to go to places a little bit further out, like Trang and the islands, to find the real Thailand, because that Thailand feels like Thailand to me. And when you find it, honestly, it's incredible. It's nothing better, but again, you're gonna have to go and work for it and find it. The Philippines is the opposite problem. The touristy spots, Boracay, White Beach, in Bohol and Boracay, El Nido to an extent, are packed, and harassment is relentless. And we covered that already in a previous video, but if you go outside of those tourist spots, then the Philippines still feels authentic. And you don't have to go far, not at all, to find the real Philippines. It's literally everywhere. We spent some time at Moalboal in this weird place that we booked, and Filipino people kept coming up to us, talking to us, taking photos and saying that they'd never seen foreigners before. That doesn't happen in Thailand anymore, at least not in most main spots. So here's the trade-off. Thailand has more to offer, but you're sharing it with everybody else. And the Philippines has less variety, but what it does do is more real. It feels undiscovered. So round 6, Thailand's gonna get it for variety and Philippines for authenticity. But there's one more thing that I need to address about Thailand, and this one really hurts. We saw so many fake elephant sanctuaries, places that claim to be ethical, claim to be rescue operations, but we're still riding the elephants and beating the elephants, and what I saw was heartbreaking. And this is everywhere in Thailand because the demand from tourists is so high. When we finally found the real deal in Koh Sok, seeing elephants in a natural habitat, not performing, not being exploited, that was the experience that we were looking for. But you have to be so careful in Thailand because the tourism machine, it'll sell you fake ethical experiences all day long. The Philippines doesn't have that. It doesn't have that issue at all because they don't have elephants. But it's something to be aware of in Thailand. Please don't add to the problem. All right, the moment we've all been waiting for. 5 months in Thailand, 3 months in the Philippines. Which one wins? You're gonna hate me, I don't care. This one is genuinely one of the hardest calls for me to make because they are two completely different experiences. Thailand is easy, it's polished, and the food's world class. The infrastructure is solid, and you can just, well, relax completely and enjoy yourself without constantly problem solving. If you want a Southeast Asian experience that doesn't fight you every step of the way, then Thailand is your answer, and it's incredible. There's a reason that everyone goes there. The Philippines is hard, and the fees are exhausting. The transportation is chaos, and Manila is genuinely unsafe. The harassment in the busy spots will test your patience, but the beaches are better, and the people are a bit warmer. The experiences are more authentic, and when you find those authentic moments and the sandbank islands and the locals inviting you to dinner, the boat trips with your group, it's magic that Thailand just can't replicate anymore. So here's my actual answer, and I know this is a cop-out, but it's the truth. If this is your first trip to Southeast Asia, go to Thailand. It's easier, it's more forgiving, and you'll have an incredible time without the added stress. Thailand is the best introduction to Southeast Asia. But if you've done Thailand, or if you're willing to deal with a bit more carnage for a bit more of an authentic experience, the Philippines will give you something that, as I've said before, Thailand just simply cannot do anymore. The sense of discovery, which is what we're looking for, right? The feeling that you're seeing something real. I can't pick one. They're both in my top destinations, but they serve vastly different purposes. If I had to go back to only one right now, I honestly don't know. I don't know how to choose. I don't know what, it depends what I'm looking for. So that's the truth for me. I've done 5 months in Thailand, I've done 3 months in the Philippines, and I still can't give you a clear winner because they're both incredible, but honestly for completely different reasons. You won't go wrong, you'll have a great time. But here's what I want to know, because I'm a nosy bugger. Have you been to both? Which one did you prefer? Am I completely wrong about all of this or any of this? Drop a comment below and let me know, because I know some of you are going to have strong opinions and I want to hear them because, well, I like a conversation, as you can tell. And if you're planning a trip and want specific recommendations, I don't know, which islands, which cities, the actual budget breakdowns, let me know what video you want me to do next. Do you want to do a Thailand deep dive? Do you want to do a Philippines island guide? You tell me. I'm talking to you specifically. If you like this video, I have 2 more here and here that I think you will love. Now go and book that flight or watch more of my videos. Either one, you can't lose.